First at 4, a disturbing investigation at Detroit's Metro Airport where a, quote, disturbing substance was found in soap dispensers. Also ahead, this is what a direct hit looks like as Hurricane Maria slams into Puerto Rico. We're just starting to see damage and local families are worried about loved ones caught in the storm.
You just kind of hunker down and just hope for the best.
One woman trying to reach her mother shares her story with Paula Tutman. First at 4 starts now. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, we are getting our first glimpse of the damage that Hurricane Maria is doing to Puerto Rico. And we're being told power is out to the entire island. Maria is one of the strongest hurricanes to smash into the island. Government officials are warning the storm could decimate the power company's crumbling infrastructure. The storm made landfall this morning with howling winds up to 155 miles an hour. Maria is hitting Puerto Rico after battering several other islands and leaving at least 9 people dead. It's the second time in less than 2 weeks that Puerto Rico has been hit by a hurricane following Irma. 11,000 people are in shelters this afternoon. President Trump is monitoring the situation as he continues his meetings at the United Nations.
I've never seen winds like this in Puerto Rico. You take a look at what's happening there, and it's just one after another. But I think we are doing a good job.
Hurricane Maria is still on the move while Jose has weakened to a tropical storm off the United States East Coast. Andrew Humphrey in for Ben today, tracking both storms.
Well, Karen, let's start with Maria. When it made landfall in Puerto Rico, 155 mile per hour winds, as you mentioned, a very strong, devastating Category 4 storm, and much of it still over the island. It's weakened to a Category 3 with 115 mile per hour winds, but that's still devastating and dangerous. It will remain at a Category 3 storm for now, move over open water, strengthen a bit, but then become a Category 2 and not making landfall here in the United States. At least that's the way it is for now over the next 5 to 7 days. And look at Jose. Winds right now of 70 miles per hour, may weaken to a tropical depression, but it'll be basically in the path of Maria as it gets closer. What does that mean? Well, the counterclockwise motion of Jose may keep it away from the United States. That counterclockwise flow moving from west to east may keep it off the Carolina coastline as we go into next week. We'll talk more about this and our local forecast coming right up.
Destruction in Puerto Rico is tough for anyone to watch, but for people with family on the island, it's heartbreaking. Many families are praying for loved ones and trying to find out if they're okay. Let's bring in Paula Tutman. She met with one woman trying to reach her mom, and this can be emotional and so frustrating, Paula.
You know, Karen, we've been talking to quite a few people who actually have personal, very deep family and even personal ancestral ties to some of these island territories. And they're watching these images with us. And the picture that really is emerging is heartbreaking, it is devastating, and it is terrifying. Facebook and other social media have been the major source of communication for Father Ricky Jarena, who has spent the better part of today in the eye of Hurricane Maria.
Please pray for us. This is so destructive and oh my God, oh my God.
Technology has been both a friend and a foe. While landlines often survive winds and even flooding, cell towers often do not. And with Hurricane Maria, as cell phone towers are plowed down, people lose contact with the outside world. But some are able to squeeze out quick images and messages on Facebook.
Oh my God. My mom's house is like right here. Oh my God.
Mari, scrolling through social media photos from desperate people on the island of Puerto Rico, caught a glimpse of her mother and her brother's homes. The tops of trees sheared off by wind, a small nearby creek becoming a raging river, inching ever closer to her mother's house. The decimation of an island paradise, her home, before her very eyes.
I'm surprised. I'm actually really surprised. Because I was there for George, and George was bad, but there was still some green there.
At our Local 4 studios today, Mari Arroyo Townsend connects with Father Jarena and hangs onto his every word. Her mother lives around the corner from Father Jarena in San Juan, and Mari hasn't been able to reach her mother since this morning.
How's everything looking outside of your house?
Everything was destroyed. Everything around Puerto Rico was destroyed. You see the winds are still so high. My God. Whew.
This is more ominous. This seems more vicious than any other hurricane.
If it wasn't strapped down, it's up. Antennas are gone, plants are gone, roofs are gone. Anything that was made out of wood is flying around.
You know, what we're hearing from people who are there and who are able to get messages out is that the island of Puerto Rico is devastated. There are also other local families also in this path. I know a lot of people know Pastor John Smith, who lives on St. Croix, used to have a church in Pontiac. I've been trying to reach him all day. Phones have been dead. He was able to get a Facebook message to me, Karen, 10 minutes ago. He said they weathered the storm in their bathroom. He and his family, they are okay, but it was the worst night of his life. Karen?
Your heart breaks, and so far, no communication with Marie and her mother yet, correct?
No, not since early this morning. Okay. Phones go up, phones go down, but they're still trying.
All right, that is just heartbreaking. Thank you, Paula. We appreciate that. Moving now to Mexico, we're tracking destruction and also some desperate searches, and also a heartbreaking cleanup. 24 hours ago, a deadly 7.1 earthquake just devastated central Mexico. We go to Kimberly Gill. She's in the newsroom taking a look at those latest pictures too, and those are heartbreaking as well.
Oh,
Kim.
They are so heartbreaking. You're right, Karen. And as of this afternoon, at least 225 people are confirmed dead due to that earthquake. Hundreds more remain unaccounted for, possibly trapped underneath collapsed buildings. Residents who just hours before had taken part in simulated earthquake drills emptied into the streets Tuesday when an actual quake struck. Now it's a race against time as hundreds of volunteers, soldiers, and police frantically dig through ruins of a collapsed Mexico City school in hopes of finding survivors trapped inside. Authorities say 25 bodies were recovered from the elementary school so far. 21 of them were children.
Van, a ver, aquí hay niños, ayuden.
Now, at this time, 30 students are still missing, feared to still be among the rubble. And you can see community members forming human chains there to remove debris from the collapsed school, just trying to get to those students. Meanwhile, parents in tears looking for their children's names among two lists. One of the lists for those who were found and transported to local hospitals, and then a second list for the deceased. Now, support for the earthquake victims is coming from around the world. Pope Francis led tens of thousands of people in prayer today, both for the souls of those who lost their lives and for the safety of those still missing. Now, Tuesday's earthquake comes on the 32nd anniversary of the 1985 Mexico earthquake that killed thousands of people, and less than 2 weeks after a magnitude 8.1 earthquake on the other side of the country. Also, a 6.2 magnitude earthquake struck overnight off the coast of Japan near Fukushima. The details of the extent of that damage have not yet emerged, but we are working to get more information. So much going on in the world in terms of natural disasters. Karen, we will keep you posted on everything that we find out. Until then, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right. Thank you very much, Kim. Meantime, NBC will continue our coverage of the earthquake and Hurricane Maria on Nightly News with Lester Holt. Look for live reports from these ongoing disasters starting at 6:30 on Local 4. Closer to home, an unusual substance found in several soap dispensers at Metro Airport during the last week is under investigation. The airport authority that runs Metro Airport released a statement saying, in part, the airport authority takes incidents involving health and safety very seriously. We are in the process of installing new tamper-proof soap dispensers and are more frequently monitoring our restrooms. We'll have a live report from the airport on Local 4 News at 5. A 54-year-old man is shot and left for dead on Detroit's west side. The incident happened this morning at a home on Roselawn near Joy Road. Police say the victim discovered a 22-year-old man selling drugs out of his home. It's not clear what kind of relationship the two men had, but when the homeowner confronted that other person, they fought, leading to a shootout. The homeowner was hit in the head and died. The suspect was also shot and is in serious condition. A popular club is destroyed on the city's west side after an early morning explosion. No one was hurt when the building that's home to the Street Royalty Motorcycle Club went up in flames. Arson investigators sifted through the debris and what was left of the building. For many, this place was like home, and the items lost cannot be replaced.
It's a family club. We've had members that have passed away from accidents and, cancer and stuff like that. We had a lot of personal items that belong to them that's important.
Investigators believe a natural gas leak sparked the explosion. Detroit business mogul Dan Gilbert says he's bringing thousands of new jobs to Metro Detroit. Today, his company Bedrock announced the plan to bring 24,000 jobs to the city as part of a $2.1 billion development project. The company says they will be creating 15,000 construction jobs and 9,000 permanent jobs once construction is complete. Next month, Bedrock will take its plan to the Detroit Brownfield Redevelopment Authority for approval. Still ahead, tennis superstar Serena Williams taking the internet by storm today with an open letter to her mother, something a lot of women can really relate to. Also, if you think the battle over Obamacare is over, think again. Republicans say they are ready to try again to repeal and replace. Up first, criminal charges in a college football hazing scandal. Some of the suspects have ties to Metro Detroit, including the son of a former Detroit Lion.
Coming up all new on Local 4 News at 5 and 6.
Flip them or download them. There are plenty of great coupon deals out there, but how do you get the most for your money? The experts revealing all in my Help Me Hank report starting at 5.
First at 4, we're on top of stories making headlines across America. Let's begin in the nation's capital, where the Senate will vote on a bill to repeal Obamacare next week. Today, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell told reporters the Senate will vote on the Graham-Cassidy plan sometime next week. The proposal, written by Senators Lindsey Graham and Bill Cassidy, would immediately remove the individual and employer mandates to sign up for health insurance. Medicare would not be changed, but there could be cuts to Medicaid. Opponents of the bill argue it will raise costs for people with health problems or pre-existing medical conditions. 2 of the 5 Wheaton College football players facing felony charges amid a hazing scandal have surrendered to police. 21-year-old Kyler Kriegel of Grand Rapids was the first player to turn himself in on Tuesday, followed by Noah Spielman, the son of former Detroit Lions linebacker Chris Spielman. They're both charged with aggravated battery, mob action, and unlawful restraint. The 3 other players are expected to turn themselves in later today. Among those 3, another Michigan native, 22-year-old Samuel Tebos of Allendale. Also at this hour, Oregon is dealing with some extreme weather. Residents south of Portland are cleaning up after a rare tornado just ripped through Lynn County. You can see that the roofs of the barns have been heavily damaged, while some have been knocked down completely. There was a 3/4-mile path of debris. No injuries have been reported. And in the mountains, east of Portland, take a look at this. Oh my goodness, winter has arrived. 2 days before fall even begins. So that's a snowstorm in the summer. Snowplows are busy as some local ski resorts celebrate the first snowfall. Up to 9 inches has fallen in some areas. While this would be unusual for Michigan, but local records show that chances of snow in this part of Oregon are about 50-50 this time of year.
People must have been celebrating inside.
I think so. When is that forecast? You know how they always come out early and they say what kind of winter we're going to have?
Oh, that comes up within a couple of months.
Okay.
That seasonal forecast.
Okay, I'm just trying to prepare, so we're not going to get anything like that, hopefully.
Doesn't matter what the calendar says. I mean, Mother Nature thinks it's still summer all the way through the first day of fall later this week, Karen.
It's going to be really warm the next few days.
Today, so far, 80 degrees. Wow. That's our highest temperature so far for the day. And look at the beautiful sunshine, everybody, as we look live at downtown Detroit. Yeah, we got boats on the water. You might want to take yours out for a spin before the evening is over, and not a drop of rain in sight, at least for the rest of this afternoon. We're looking at 80 degrees currently, a nice wind out of the south, bringing in those higher temperatures, and visibility clear as a bell. well, not only for this afternoon, but also for this evening. And look at temperatures as we go into the weekend. Well into the 80s, near 85 to 86 degrees, even through Saturday and Sunday. Fall begins on Friday, but a high of 86, even around 80 or more as we go into next week. Summer is still holding on. Lots of folks are happy about that. Let's take a look at numbers in your neighborhood, shall we? 76 in Emmett and around Capac. That's still warmer than average, but feels pretty good. 81 in Lapeer. 84 for our friends in Livonia, 85 over in Saline, while it's 82 over in Monroe. Everyone enjoying the warmer conditions from yesterday. At least it's warmer than yesterday by about 8 to 11 to even 14 degrees, and the warm trend continues as we go into this weekend with more glorious sunshine. But there is a chance of showers sneaking in here and there. I'll talk about that in the 7-day forecast. First, you think it's warm here. Look at Chicago, 91. Green Bay, 1 degree higher at 81. And 89 for our friends in Indianapolis. 94 in St. Louis. That warm or hot air, if you will, stays right on top of us. This front off to our west, it mainly stays to the north for the most part. But tomorrow, with all the heat of the day, the increased humidity, there might be a spotty shower. That's the sneaky shower I was talking about, but not all day long for tomorrow. And temperatures tomorrow will be in the 80s, and it looks that way as we go through the weekend. So let's recap your forecast, shall we? Calm conditions as we go through the rest of the night tonight. Temperatures down to around 65 degrees. Fair skies up until midnight. After midnight, similar to this morning, there may be some patchy fog, so watch out for some slow spots out there, areas of reduced visibility. Sunset this evening is at 7:34. During the day tomorrow, we are well out of the 60s. Plenty of sunshine. Outdoor recess for the kids. 79 degrees at noon. 85 for a high in the afternoon. By 3 and 4 o'clock, with it being so warm and some humidity around, there might be an isolated shower here and there, but it's no washout by any means, Karen. 86 degrees on Friday. Fall still begins, whether it's in the 80s or not, at 4:02 in the afternoon on Friday, and still in the 80s into this weekend and early next week. Back over to you.
Our soccer games are going to be really sweaty this weekend. Thanks a lot, Andrew. Appreciate it. Mothers, daughters, body image, and the haters. Serena Williams writes a letter to her mom that really hits on some emotional topics. We'll talk about that. Also, we've shown you home surveillance video before, but there's something really disturbing about what this guy is doing. That story next. Take a look at this. You can see a man wielding a crowbar entering the house of a family who had evacuated for Hurricane Irma. He then starts looking around the house, rummaging through drawers for things to take. Police say he ended up leaving with several items, including the titles to the family's cars. This man is also suspected to be behind another home robbery on the same property. If you perhaps are looking for some extra work this holiday season, do not apply at Walmart. That's because the country's largest retailer says it is not hiring temporary workers for its stores this year. Instead, it will offer existing employees more hours. Other companies are hiring. UPS just announced it will hire 95,000 temporary workers, Target hiring 100,000. Walmart says it will add help at the distribution centers, but hasn't given a specific number. Well, this story is trending today on social media. So many people are sharing an open letter from tennis superstar Serena Williams to her mother. It's about being a mom, and it's going viral. Serena thanks her mom for guiding her through the pitfalls of public life, especially people who have body shamed her in the past. She writes in part, "Mom, I'm not sure how you did not go off on every single reporter, person, announcer, and quite frankly, hater who was too ignorant to understand the power of a black woman." End quote. "I am proud we were able to show them what some women look like. We don't all look the same. We are curvy, strong, muscular, tall, small, just to name a few." Williams is hoping she can learn the same patience to protect her daughter. Still ahead, you know the saying in real estate, location is everything. So take a look at your screen. See this? It's a 2-bedroom ranch. It's being listed for nearly $1 million. I'll tell you why when we come back.
Judge in one of Metro Detroit's most controversial cases speaks out for the very first time.
Oh, it was just rife with injustice. From the parole board hearings to his original sentence.
The judge examined every document in the massive White Boy Rick Wershe file and says something doesn't add up.
It just seems really fishy, the whole thing. If you read the trial transcript, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Judge Dana Hathaway on the Rick Wershe Jr. case, a Defender's exclusive tonight at 11.
Finally, first at 4, can you imagine anyone paying nearly $1 million for a 2-bedroom ranch house?
That's right, Karen. The owners of this home in Green Bay, Wisconsin are looking for big bucks because the house is right across the street from Lambeau Field, home of the Green Bay Packers.
Now, the owners rent the home for up to $3,500 on game day weekends, and they're wondering if a Green Bay fan is willing to pay top dollar to own the place. We'll let you know if the sale goes through. Thanks so much for joining us for First at 4. We are back in a half hour with Local 4 News at 5. Inside Edition is straight ahead.